real players, they may be able to come out with the ways of doing that. The second point I would like to stress is that we all know that your production is higher when your stockable size is very high. I mean, you need a nursery reared seed. But an organized sector for nursery is not coming up. We have seen that whenever seabass, like especially where the species is very difficult to grow, like a carnivorous species, nursery rearing is very critical to ensure your returns as well as for uniform size and the thing. In fact, for seabass, if you can get over the nursery rearing phase, you are more or less assured of a higher survival. But not all farmers will have the expertise. Not all farmers will have the patience for that. What you really need is a set of farmers who could do that. We have found out that so among the seabass farmers, those who could do it, they can earn money because they can also supply that for others. Now, how to motivate and get a set of farmers for, especially for the catfishers, where you really need nursery reared seed to give a boost for the culture. So we have found out that we have done experiments with the self-help groups, because we found out that seed rearing is one where it is very short. Your turnover time for returns is high. So self-help groups who need not wait for long can invest into it. But again, the capacity is that even when they produce, because it is very stray, they don't get a market for it. So you really need to organize that nursery sector in a better way, so that, and you have ensured that keep some players. And one option is that now the system of RIS and everything, you could think whether somebody could make a trial to see whether it will be economical to produce, because with the RIS system you can cut short the time also. Then there are species for which the growth during the nursery phase is very poor, like some species. You need to focus on the research for that area also, where you have to cut down on the time durations to reach the nursery stage. The last thing that I would like to point out is that, now at least those who still have people like Rautre and things like who are researchers, there are other ways of looking at it. Even they do it in poultry, they are doing it in there, and now some people are trying in even in fishes, is to look at the microbiome. Investing in microbiome seems to be paying off in the immune response of the thing. Or even similar things like for Venami, they are rearing them nursery seed without touching the bottom. And that seems to be even giving some immunity against EMS. So what happens is that during the nursery phase, you need to change the conditions under your rearing it, so that they acquire that immunity and they are much more stronger in the things. Last is, for a hatchery operator, it is always survival. That's what is criteria for seed quality or even deformity. But studies have clearly shown that survival is not always leading to higher production. So the correlation between survival and these things may not be always holding good. So that is one aspect that even the researchers need to look into and get that, so that we have a better quality for seed quality. I mean, these are kind of stray thoughts I had, so I thought I'll share it with you. Thank you.
Sir, there are some of the very valid points. In fact, when we conceived this concept, this knowledge conclave, the idea was to have as many state directors, commissioners as possible. We have addressed directly by name to commissioners and directors and secretaries also. So initially the plan was that Secretary, Government of India was supposed to inaugurate this event, so that the emphasis is given to the policy makers to understand the relevance or importance of it. Then only this can come up. Now what is happening is that SIFA has conducted, SIFA Bhubaneswar has conducted at least half a dozen training programs. KVFSU has conducted 2-3 programs under this genetic improvement. In all the cases, farm officers participated. So that is not carrying out the information. The one the officer is transferred, then knowledge is lost. So anyway, I kindly request, this is the one thing that we want to seriously follow it up. Means we will have next round of discussion, maybe with 3 or 4 secretaries or directors, only on this, to start with. If somebody wants to respond, then probably we will go down to concerned state and discuss with them. Now, my kind request for the three panelists is that please put your points and mail it to us, so that we are planning to bring out a document of today's deliberation, because we feel that it is very, very important. The quality seed concept is very important. This can go to, we can carry it to any state department as well as to libraries of the colleges. So we will be publishing, most likely, if chairman permit, if our president agrees, these proceedings of the 3 days workshop. So please offer your comments in a mail form. Now I kindly request.
Just one more thing. I was recently associated with the two policy group formations, the policy on inland aquaculture and inland fisheries, and on mariculture.